During the height of COVID-19, Iloilo City was given the title Wakanda of the Philippines because of the collaborative efforts of the private companies, individuals, and the government. Iloilo City is now slowly recovering from the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. As we enter the era of the new normal, we are also traversing the road to rebirth. As we move forward towards recovery, we are also bringing the lessons we have learned and the realization that we should not take our health for granted. Maayong aga, Nanay Leonor.
May aga man.
So, Nanay Leonor, kamusta ka subo?
Mayuman.
Maayong alawan.
Mayuman, duway man, tapikan sang balatian, gid.
So, Nanay, kamusta? Since sang pandemic, naging challenge bala ini sa inyo pamilya, sa pagdala sa pagkaon sa inyo lamisa?
Uy, challenge gid dapat gid man yang mag-save kita galiya kay hindi mala mabalaan nga may mga kuan bala maabot sa aton. Ti dapat gid man kung gaubra kaya sa amon yang pigado makakuan gid ay makasave gid kay kung mag-abot ang pandemic kung gisati way ka ubra stop ang ubra nyo at least may kauton ka masinggag may pero ang gobyerno way nagpabaya sa amon ginatagaan gigami sa mga aid man balahaw kasi sa may mga pangabuhi mo ti karon kung di nila pag-i-care una nga bes ang lawas nila ti paano sila karon makabulig sa ila pamilya kung magbalatian sila o mahilanat sila dalon sila sa ospital ti dapat ya may kuan man sila ya
Mayong lawas.
oo mayong lawas nila ti amo na kuan gina sa amon gina practice gina sa amon.
Salamat sa inyong serbisyo.
Sige.
Grateful gid kami tanan diri sa mga residents sa Iloilo City sa inyong service, selfless kag balan ko nga under the heat of the sun naga baka-baka ka magyapon bisan sa imong edad nga senior. So padayon tala and madamo gid nga salamat. Wala ko nakatuig sa patero tayo.
Sugod ko pa na edad ko guro na 18 years. Oh.
Kamusta ikaw sa gin-announce nga magka-lockdown?
Siyempre, pag-announce nga lockdown, then pag-declare nga total lockdown ang Iloilo, wala na kami nanay. Ang pinansal ko, wala cobra. Tag ang barangay namon bugas. Noodles, bugas. Siyempre nakakaon ka tagad daw, hindi ka man magot. Ma'am, sardinas, ang paano makakaon ka? Balik naman sa normal, yung mga plupanahe, di. Di may best nga siyempre, hindi na kami pwede ka standby, di mo. Sa ako, wala mang ginakulbaan, kaya siyempre, dugay na ko sa kalye, tanan-tanan nga bakterya, nasaka mo na di. Doon mo, madula pa na yung ang tawag nila COVID, eh. O yung kumalo, kumadula, wala. Kami daan, nakagay kami na quarantine mo. Sa walo kami pamilya sa balay. Ang bata ko nag-obra sa City Hall. Nagpa-step sa pag-step, hindi ginswap test kami tanan. Sa walo kami nga nakuansang COVID, pa-step kami nga apat. Ngamon balay yung kordonan ng kordon ng pero mas nga daw may kagaw ka, daw wala man. Daw damo pa yung sa balay nga kagto nga gagawa-gawa gani, gatag buling.
Sani maging safe ka pag sa padayon yung mga pagkubra diri sa
okay lang,
syudad sa Salamat.
Salamat.
So we are now here in one of our healthcare institutions in Iloilo City, and we will be able to meet one of our COVID-19 survivors. She herself will share her experiences and challenges on how she was able to survive and how she was able to get through the COVID-19 infection. So at the first news that you are positive, Ma'am Jello, what did you feel?
Sang ginswab ko, the day after ko ginswab, ang ginapaminsar ko lang gidya is ang phone call. Ginahulat ko ang phone call. Amo to din, they called me at 7 a.m. In-confirm nila nga positive. Though nag-stop ang akon kalibutan kay hindi ko makapati bala nga tuod gid man gali nga maapektuhan gagid. So amo to dayon hambal ko sa akon parents nga nag-positive ko.
Yes.
Pero hindi sila magpati sa akon una.
At the first call sa imo nga bringing the news that you are positive, how did you feel?
Siyempre, na-shock man ko bala, kag wala ko gin-expect nga amuto nga positive ko kay abi ko, flu lang gid siya ya. Lain gid ya ang mabatsagan mo compare sa normal lang trangkaso.
Ano ang biggest challenge sa imo experience bilang isang COVID positive?
Sa family ko naman ya, everyday gid yang inapaminsar ko kung paano sila, kung ano ang situation nila, na-infect ko man sila nga wala lang sila kabalo. Actually, isang natabo, ang father ko, wala pa kami kabalo kay gin-schedule siya for swab para for ICU admission. Huwag kami nag-expect kay gintag siya as non-COVID. Wala kami nag-expect nga pagwa sang result. Actually, na-expire na siya. Na-expired siya sa November 13, 8 a.m. Nagwa yung result, mga 10 p.m. na. Pagbati naman nga positive, wala na lang dayon. Wala na kami din nagwa sa balay, gingo na lang namon, tawagan na lang namon ang punerarya nga igo ng cremation. COVID is COVID and it is more than just a flu.
Ano ang imo biggest motivation? Or sino ang further inspire sa imo to continue serving?
Ang gusto lang niya magpa-thank you because bisan amo na to siguro ang nabatsyagya ginpaminsar naman sa gihapon nga makabulig sa iban. Thank you for his selflessness kag sa iya nga sakripisyo gid ya nga bisan amo na tong iya ginabatsyag bisan hindi na kaya sige man sa gihapon.
I hope that you will continue to keep safe, Gid. So, salamat, Gid.
Thank you man.
The COVID-19 pandemic is something that challenged us in many aspects. But one thing remains, the strong faith of the Ilonggos that amidst the darkest days, there will always be a silver lining. The Ilonggos have also shown unity during these challenging times. The synergy of the business sector, industry leaders, and the government led for Iloilo City's exemplary response to these challenges that earned a global recognition.
The live events industry is one of the most affected industries brought about by the pandemic. Right now, we are going to meet the co-founder of Iloilo Live Events Alliance, and she will share to us the difficulties and challenges brought about by COVID-19. This pandemic brought us so many challenges. One of those being wala kita naga-live events and gatherings. What do you think are other challenges na na-experience ang aton mga friends from the live events industry?
Of course, being in the live events, we actually lost our income, our businesses, our careers, our profession. And of course, the major challenge is we were not getting anything from the government because we were considered a non-essential sector. And of course, ang challenge man is we wouldn't want to get into events because there's a danger of getting infected.
Yes.
So we don't want our families to get sick.
Oh, with all these challenges, Miss Rida, how were you able to cope with all of these?
Of course, we had to do something. We don't just stop, and not do anything. So we came up with an alliance. It's called Iloilo Live Events Alliance. And then we started to come up with ideas to do events now within the safety protocols. It motivated everyone to not lose hope and fight on. Like we cannot just let our industry die.
Yeah.
So that was one of the major drive. We were also able to help the less fortunate members, the displaced members. No? We were able to give financial aid. We were able to give mga grocery packs, Noche Buena packs. Doing this is try to find ways for everyone to get back on their toes and go back to business.
How do you foresee the live events during this year?
Yeah, this year we might not be able to go back to the normal. I mean, really have mass gatherings with thousands of people. But we're happy to see and to know that small events and social gatherings are starting already. It's not time to lose hope. We have to keep ourselves motivated because this will not be forever.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you also.
We are situated at the Iloilo Museum for Contemporary Arts, and we are about to meet one of the internationally acclaimed Ilonggo artists and bike enthusiast, Mr. Rock Jelon. Since you are an artist, Sir Rock, I'd like to know, on your perspective, what do you think is the role of arts amidst the pandemic?
The role. We were surprised actually when the pandemic hit us. The Ilonggos gathered together, and since we were not able to have shows, physical shows anymore, we did an online exhibition, and they tied up with the city government. It was supported by the city government. We called it Ilonggo Artists Against COVID-19. So it was meant to raise funds to produce 300,000 face masks. It helped about 90 plus sewers. And then there's a second part, and the second part is the same thing, two smaller works and more affordable. But the purpose now is for the vaccines, for the coming vaccines.
Procurement.
Iloilo art is very vibrant, except for the physical gathering. It's iba rin eh. It's different when you face to face. Because uhaw, gutom. In the same way, we were not able to ride our bicycles for so long, and then when it did, now we're having fun rides every week. Biking is really more than wellness, health. No? It's also about mobility. It's transport. The best way really to discover Iloilo is through the bicycle. Even during the pandemic, now that they opened the Esplanade, it has now become a shared bike lane, and Iloilo is lucky because we already had existing bike lanes. So all we had to do is connect them, add more, because people are biking to work, they bike to market, for errands, as mobility, as transport.
I really look forward to seeing you along with our other bike enthusiasts roaming around here in Iloilo City, feeling safe and feeling healthy. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am here in one of the newest landmarks in Iloilo City, the Iloilo Convention Center, and I am about to meet one of our leaders from ILED who will share to us the situation of our economy here in Iloilo City. Ano mga main challenges na na-encounter sa mga members of ILED? Tapos, paano nyo nilalampuasan ang mga challenges ganito?
Siguro sa whole, tanan kita was caught off guard. Majority of our members and businesses are actually part of the essential. So, medyo hindi magida mo nakadako ang apektado. Of course, ang mga tourism areas, muna siya nga sirado. We made sure nga mabuligan ang mga employees naton because sila gid ang mga primarily affected sa lockdown.
Somehow, can you say, sir, nga in this month, nga 2021 na, are we slowly recovering? Are we slowly giving birth again sa aton nga mga businesses sa Iloilo City?
The Ilonggo businessmen, with the leadership of our city mayor and his leaders, we are optimistic na we can overcome the challenges. But of course, hindi tanan matinguan kung hindi magbululigay ang tanan. I'm sure ma-overcome na to with the vaccine coming and our LGU. So we are very optimistic with the vaccine and with the help sang DOH to explain. Kaya kadamo pa ng skepticism when it comes to vaccine. Hopefully, ma-overcome natin ang local transmission kag ang outbreak sa syudad kag sa probinsya sa city.
We are looking forward sa mas madamo pagid nga mga businesses nga maka-recover and our economy to slowly recover as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am here in one of the most beautiful malls in Iloilo City, and I am very pleased to be meeting the president of the Iloilo Festivals Foundation Incorporated, Attorney Jobert Peña Florida. Hello, Attorney. Good day.
Good day. Hi, Chris. Nice meeting you here.
How are the businesses in Iloilo going, or how are they during the pandemic?
As with the rest of the world, Iloilo went through a very difficult process during the pandemic. And as president of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I understood how our members have been affected, and that includes me. And it was a struggle, so to speak. It has been very difficult, but the effort is there, and you see the community all working together.
Yes, I think that sums up how resilient Ilonggos are in general. Can you share to us more about the challenges that the businesses faced when the first news of COVID-19 struck Iloilo City?
It was something that we were not ready, and we all have to close shop. We all have to go through the quarantine status, the restrictions, live with it. There were times when we don't even know how to proceed with doing business. Is it already safe to go out there? It showed the creativity, the resiliency of the Ilonggos. And we have seen the growing number of aspiring entrepreneurs. We see the very aggressive effort in terms of online selling. And what is heartwarming is that we buy from one another. Now there's a spirit of buy Iloilo, buy Ilonggo. These are something that is that I consider heartwarming. When you see people trying to think outside of the box, trying to make a difference, no matter how little it may be, in order to sustain livelihood and to provide employment to people.
I think it was also during ECQ where the barter community became famous.
Exactly.
And this is where people got to maximize their hobbies on baking and even their love for plants.
We have seen how the Ilonggo community have worked together with the strong support of our local government unit under Mayor Jerry Treñas, and together we tried to find ways in order to revive the economic activity.
How did you manage to push through with the festival? Because I know it was one of the biggest challenges to push through live events, even in the midst of the pandemic.
So what we did is we went back to our stakeholders. We brought everyone together again using the social media, and we asked the church, the private sector, we asked the educators, we asked the artists, how can we do it? Or if at all are we going to push through with Dinagyang Digital 2021? And we came to a conclusion that we can take up the cudgels and proceed with the challenge of mounting Dinagyang, but in a safe and in a manner that would not be able to compromise our health protocols. With only 30 performers that we put inside a bubble, we were able to showcase the best of Iloilo. There were 7 tribes representing the 7 districts, and we were also able to show the musicality of the Ilonggos, the creativity of the Ilonggos, and at the same time we also have other pocket events and virtual presentation. We tried our best not to be able to comply with protocols, although that has always been a struggle because an activity would really attract people.
We really look forward to the future plans that you have here in Iloilo City this 2021.
I wish you all the best, and certainly it's a long way to go for 2021. So more power and see more of you.
Thank you. I am here at the Iloilo City Hall, and I am about to meet the father of Iloilo City, whose efforts were commended and acknowledged all over the world for his initiatives and efforts during the height of COVID-19. So sa buong ali naman kita diri sa Iloilo City Hall, kaupod ang amay sang aton syudad sang Iloilo. Syempre isa siya sa mga gincommend gid nga mga leaders sa bilog nga Pilipinas, gani we are very grateful nga gingaan niya gid kita sang tiyempo. So So maayong aga, Mayor Jerry.
Good morning.
Yeah. So Mayor Jerry, kamusta ka subong?
Maayo man, kagapon nagsugod na kita sa simulation nato, no? Gin-critic ta ang natabo together with the other members of the team, no? Subong ginadala ko na ang mga district health officers ta para mabalaan gid naton kung ano nagakatabo sa syudad. At the same time, sila nga ara sa distrito, dapat kabalo sila because importante gid nga maplastar naton ang aton nga syudad, no. Gapreparar na ta sa aton nga actual nga rollout sang vaccines. Ga-coordinate man ko sa DOH kag sa iban pa nga mga ensya sa gobyerno kay ti na ibalaan ta nga ang AstraZeneca nakakuha na sang ilang approvals sa DOH, no. Ginistorya ko man ang mga sa hospitals ta, kaya ginapangabay ko nga ang mga hospital director, sila na lang ma-attender nga ang vaccination sang ilang mga personnel upod na lang sa ila, no, kay maiban ina sa ulubrahon sang aton syudad, and they have agreed to do that. Ang pasalamat gani ko sa Medical City kay pabalo kami nga sila na kuno ma-administer para sa mga BPOs, no. Mahatag lang ko sang vaccines, isipon ta lang kung pila ka bilog, and ang Medical City na sa duwa ka sites sila na lang hatag sang immunization.
Alright. So Mayor, pwede naman mabalaan kung ano ang mga priority groups nimo sa aton nga vaccine, since balanta nga may number lang sa nga doses ang i-procure sa syudad sa Iloilo.
Well, ang sa Iloilo City, we have procured for 70% of the population, no? So nag-istorya naman kita sa Moderna, sa Covabox, kag sa Janssen para nga makakuha kita sang mga vaccines para sa mga senior citizens.
Okay, so going back, Mayor, sa aton nga ECQ, balaan ko ini ang pinaka-challenging not just for the healthcare workers but also para sa aton gobyerno halin sa imo diri sa City Hall pati sa aton mga kabarangayan. So, Mayor, gusto ko mabalaan ano imo na batsyag at the first news kay sure gid nga anytime soon COVID-19 will get inside Iloilo City. So what is the first thing nga nagsulgi sa imo?
Ang obra ta gid, no, tanaw ko kung ang fondo naton pila nga pwede ta mausar because I was so worried nga kung mag-ECQ kita ang damo naton nga mga pumuluyo way sang trabaho. And kung way kasang trabaho, naibalaan ta man nagasalig ang mga pumuluyo ta sa ilangan man nakuha nga inadlaw. So we came up with these 240 kitchens, community kitchens kang ginatawag ta, nga naga-produce ang aton nga sudan, no? The same time, sige aton release sa mga bugas, noodles, canned goods para sa aton nga pumuluyo sa kabarangayan. Gin-take care naton ang mga health workers nga ginpagwa sa ilang mga dormitoryo. Gin-open tato ang aton nga eskwelahan sa Molo. Kag ginobra dormitoryo para sa mga healthcare workers nga nadulaan sang dormitoryo. Ang mga frontliners ginatagan ta sang sudan paagi sa kitchen patrol, no. Ginapreparahan sila kada adlaw, and eventually mayara kita Ilonggo Pandesal nga pinagtagtag ta to sa mga kabarangayan para nga hindi man magutom mga aton pumuluyo.
Yeah, so gamay lang na sa mga naging inisyatibo sa aton gobyerno. I'm sure madamo pagiging mga initiatives that the residents are very much grateful for, Mayor. So, moving on to 2021, I'm sure we are slowly going back to the new normal. So, paano natin, Mayor, na-ensure nga since businesses and the economy is one of the greatly affected, paano natin na slowly address ang mga pag-open sa businesses and slowly revive Iloilo City's economy naman?
coordinate kita very closely with all the businesses. No? You have to understand that Iloilo City is a regional center. And as a regional center, ang tanan nga tao nagkadto diri para mamalaklon, para magbaligya, and everything. And the challenge is really there. No? Amo na nga we continue to do random testing here in City Hall. We continue to do random testing in our markets and sa aton nga mga health centers. Kaya ti balanta nga ini nga mga areas nga dako tsansa nga malatnan. And ang isa subong ginpasa ko na to sa City Council is the proposed incentives. Tatlo ka area nga butangan ta incentives. Ang aton circumferential road, ang aton nga coastal road, kag aton radial road. For the next 3 years, ang mga masulod dira nga mga negosyo hatagan ta sa mga incentives para sa ila business taxes, sa ila real property taxes. Para nga ma-encourage ta nga may mga negosyong maabri para nga mas damo nga trabaho mahatagan ta. Ang ini nga mga incentives will not be available for warehouses. Kaya tibalaan yung warehouses daw why man sang tao nga gina-employ. The same time, because of this pandemic, parehas man kami sa medical city nga nagbutang man to sa mall, may harap man kita nga mga off-site nga mga areas, no? Sa subong 5 ka bilog, may harap kita sa SM City, sa Festive Mall, sa Robinson, sa Gaisano, kag diri sa Plaza Libertad. And i-maintain ta na para nga ang mga tao nga mag-transact, makuha sa dula, mabayad ng taxes, sa malls na lang mabayad.
And mas convenient para sa ilan.
Mas convenient at the same time safe, no? Because we will avoid crowding here in the City Hall.
Alright, so Mayor, with all those initiatives, you were recognized not just in the national scene but also sa worldwide nga platforms because of your leadership and because of how you addressed the pandemic. And because of that, Iloilo City was tagged as the Wakanda of the Philippines. And I'm proud man nga you are the Chief Executive at this time nga nagtubang sa atong pandemic. So how did you feel with all the recognition, Mayor?
Well, ang recognition gaagi lang na, but we really have to look forward. And ang amon na aton subong ginatanaw, ang mga programs kag projects ng pasigihon naton, no? Ang pagpaubra sa tanan nga mga plaza, ang aton nga paubra nga mga markets naton, kag may hospital kita nga ipatindog para sa mga pigado diri sa syudad. Tiyempo na siguro nga may araman kita ospital para sa mga pigado diri sa syudad, kaya the city should take care of its poor, no? Kaya kabudlay man sang mga pigado mangita sang kwarta para makadto sa mga ospital naton nga nagasukot sa ila.
Alright. So Mayor, aside sa aton gobyerno nga nagtubang sa pandemic, aton hospitals involved man sa pag-fight sang virus. So going back to the medical city, how did you or anong imo nga pagtulok sa pag-address sang TMC sa aton nga COVID cases and sa fear nga ginadala sang COVID-19?
Well, gusto ko gid i-commend ang medical city, no? Kaya ang kalabanan, if not all of those nga COVID positive nga nagakadto sa medical city, gagwa nga buhi pa, no? One of them is my driver, daw bago lang nakagwa. Another one is another employee here in my office nga senior citizen na gani kang nag-ayuman, no? I am very proud of how Medical City attends to the patient COVID positive, and I even encourage those who I know nga positive sa COVID nga magkadto sa Medical City. As a matter of fact, one of my executive assistants, nga nag-positive, gina-encourage ko pa subong na makadto sa Medical City kay kanami gid sang pag-attender sang Medical City sa mga pasyente nga positive. Isa na da ang aton Vice Mayor, no, si Vice Mayor Jeffrey, nga nag-positive pero nakagwa nga maayo na siya subong.
Yes, kag negative. And Mayor, syempre aton Medical City, Mayor, man sa mga nurses, mga allied healthcare workers, what is your message sa aton nga mga healthcare workers nga adlaw-adlaw sige gyapon pakigbato sa aton nga pandemic?
Sa mga healthcare workers sa Medical City, una, nagapasalamat gid ko sa inyo. You have taken care of our Ilonggos residents. Hindi lang taga-syudad pero taga-probinsya para mag-ayo sila. No? And know that the city government acknowledges the good work that you have been doing and continue to do. And we will always be supportive of all your efforts.
Alright, so madam, magiging nga salamat, Mayor Jerry. Kita dari as common residents, we always have your back sa mga programs pagid sang gobyerno sa syudad sang Iloilo. Salamat.
Bato, Iloilo.
Bato. There is something about the people of Iloilo that rallies courage and inspiration. They are a sturdy people, ready with a smile despite the pain and inconvenience. They remain united and share a common pride, a collective determination to beat the odds. There is no doubt that they can see light beyond this crisis, and despite uncertainty, they continue to show grit and the ability to adapt. One wonders, how are the Ilonggos able to bounce back so easily? The answer is etched on their faces. Courage, a sense of community, and compassion for one another. Are these attributes common to all Filipinos? Perhaps, but maybe not the way the Ilonggos own them.